So let's see how we can add individual cells. So here we can say addition, subtraction. So you might want to do some arithmetics on individual cells. Multiplication, division. All right, so I'll tell you the symbols for each of these. Our plus sign is this. Our subtraction sign, our subtraction sign is this. Our multiplication sign is this, and our division sign is a forward slash. So our division sign is a forward slash. All right, so with this, let us see how we can add single cells or add individual cells, subtract from individual cells, multiply individual cells, and divide individual cells. So we can still use our sum, or we can just say equal to. You can say equal to sum. You can say equal to sum b2 plus. So instead of adding a range, you can say you want to add b2 and e5 together. And you see, or you can still say equal to b2 plus e5. You still get the same result. All right. The same thing here. You have equal to sum b2 minus e5. So this is arithmetics for individual cells, no longer in a range. Okay. You can also decide not to use your sum. You can just say equal to b2 minus e5. All right. For our multiplication, you can say you want to multiply a particular number by 2 or by 3 or by another cell also. So I can say equal to sum. I can say d6 times asterisk 2. So d6 times 2 is going to give us this value. You can also come here without using the sum. You can say equal to d6 times 2. You still get the same value. The same thing here, and the 2 can be anything. The 2 can be coming from somewhere else. It can be coming from another cell. I can call this cell 7. Okay, so I can call this cell here 7. Okay, and I can say for the division equal to sum f7 divided by this whatever is here. Okay, this is your h1. So whatever is in this cell, let f7 be divided by it, and I close. So if anytime I change the number here to maybe 2, you see that my value here also changes. Any questions? So you can still divide by another cell based on the value that is in that cell. If you check here, you see that you see what is in our formula bar equal to some f7 divided by h1. Here you can still say, so here you can still say equal to f7 divided by h1. You still get the same value. All right, at this point, we have confidently gone through our sum and have done our sum in a range. We've talked about sum in a range. We've talked about our arithmetics, simple arithmetics for individual cells. So let us move over and talk about some other things. Let's see how we can work with if function, count, average, max, mean, count if. Okay. So for that, we'll be working with sheet 2. In sheet 2, we have 18 names. Okay, we'll have 18 records. Okay. The record 1 is holding our column names, is the header, is holding our column names. We have a column called score, we have a column called grade, and our column A is holding names of students. Our column B is holding scores, random scores of students, and our column C is empty. Grades of students are meant to be here. So if function helps us to set conditions that can be met or can also not be met. So if the condition is met, something executes. If the condition is not met, something else also executes. All right. So this is the syntax of an if function. So before we start any function, we must write equal sign, just like I said, equal to if condition, comma, true value, comma, false value. All right. So when this is the syntax of an if function, if this condition that is here is met, if this condition that is here is met, whatever action that should be taken here for the true value executes. But if this condition is not met, whatever is in our false value will be what will execute. All right. So let's go back to our Excel sheet and let's see if somebody passed or failed. Okay. So simply we start equal to if, put our parentheses open and close, and we move into our parentheses open and close. Okay. Let us now give our condition. Can you see they're saying logical test? What is the condition? So after the logical test, the value if true and the value if false. So let's write our logical text. We want to say if B2 is greater than or equal to 50, comma, Can you see that